Yeah, hello. The most important thing what we are going to discuss in today's class is that sentence formation. In sentence formation, what all components are there in a sentence? That to write a sentence, you need a subject, then you need a verb, and then you need an object. This way, you can write a affirmative sentence. So in English and similar way, of course, in German also you can write the same way. So for a subject, you can use a personal pronoun. Okay, what is noun and a pronoun? Noun, any name, place, animal, thing is noun. Pronoun, the words which you use to replace your noun is pronoun. Okay, the same we have in Hindi also, संज्ञा and सर्वनाम. किसी व्यक्ति वस्तु स्थान आदि के नाम को संज्ञा कहते हैं और सर्वनाम संज्ञा के स्थान पर जो शब्द काम आते हैं उन्हें सर्वनाम कहते हैं. ओके, सो संज्ञा और सर्वनाम, नाउन और प्रोनाउन, नाउन और प्रोनाउन you can use as your subject. Then subject will decide what form of verb you would be writing, in which conjugation form you would be writing your verb at second place. This is the thumb rule in German, that you have to write it verb at second position, and then you will write your object at the end. If you won't be even writing the object, still the sentence will make sense and it is a valid sentence also. Okay, so what we are going to discuss, a noun, if we talk about, so in a German, every time you have to learn the noun with article. Okay, so article could be definite article, and in definite article, in German we say it bestimmte article, and in bestimmte article, for the, in German, we have der, das, and die. So this is the concept of noun. So whenever you would be writing or learning a noun in German, you have to learn it along with the article. So this is number one rule. And if you are not using a noun at first position as your subject in a sentence, then definitely you have option to write a pronoun. So pronoun in English you have learned already: I, we, you, they, he, she, it, all are your pronouns. So in German, what do you have? You have ich, du.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
Ich, du, es, sie, ihr, wir. One Z is with capital S, Z, and then last Z is with small s. Okay? Ich, ich is I. That's do is you. Er is he. S, it. Z is she. Ihr, you all. We're, we. Capital Z is you again, but the formal one. And Z here is they, the last Z. So no need to worry here that you have Z three times, capital Z, then again second Z is small, and the third Z is also small. So no need to worry that how to figure out at what time we are writing which sort of Z. That we are going to learn now only. That verb conjugation will let you know, will let you understand that what sort of Z is written in the sentence. Okay. So if I talk about pronunciation, it is ich, du, es, sie, ihr, wir, sie, and sie. Once again, please. Ich, du, es, sie, ihr, wir, sie, and sie. This is what you would be writing as a subject part in a sentence, and these are your personal pronoun, and you have learned it in Hindi, English, and in any of your mother tongue you have learned it already. So today you are learning it in German. Okay. And then at second position, you are supposed to write the verb. What is the concept of verb in German? So, a verb, you learn every time a verb in its infinitive form. You learn it in, you learn actual form or the complete form of verb initially. Okay? What is the identity of a verb infinitive in German? That a verb infinitive will always start with small alphabet. Okay? And then will be, you will see a verb at second position in sentence. Always. That's the identity of a verb. That it will be written with this small alphabet. Second position you have to give to a verb only. And ending with the verb infinitive will always be ending with spelling ending with an. That is the identity of your verb. That a verb infinitive will end with an and will be written with this small alphabet. And in general, a verb will be, you will find a verb in a like a sentence like Aussage sagt. So you will always find a verb at second position. Verb at second position, that is a strict rule in German. Okay. Now comes that what sort of, like, let's discuss few examples now. Verbs. So I just discussed the identity of a verb. So examples of German verbs now. So essen, to eat. Schreiben, to write. Lesen, to read. Lernen, to learn. Kaufen, to buy. Kommen, to come. Gehen, to go. Singen, to sing. Yeah? Machen, to do. So these are the examples of few German verbs. So in the last slide, as we discussed, that starting with the small alphabet. So did I share the correct rule with you? Did I follow that rule or not? You please decide at your own. That everywhere I have written first alphabet small only. Yeah. And every spelling is ending with an only. Okay. Kommen, gehen, singen, and machen. All right. Every verb infinitive, and every verb is written in infinitive form. Which form of the verb we are discussing with you here? Infinitive. The actual form of the verb would be like this only. This is the whole, the complete verb we have shared with you. So the infinitive form will be ending with an only. And then will, if I correlate this thing with Hindi, do you use the actual form of the verb every time? Do you use the complete form of verb with every personal pronoun? The verb in Hindi, for example, you have खाना. खाना, तो क्या आप इसको ऐसे यूज करते हैं? मैं खाना हूं, हम खाना है, तुम खाना हो. Are you just picking the verb khana and without changing its suffix portion, without changing or conjugating it, are you actually using it in Hindi? Even No, you are not. So there are verb in actual forms, there are verb in their infinitive form, but to make a sentence out of it, but to make it, use it in sentence, you need to conjugate it, you need to modify its form. So if I want to use khana verb with I, with मैं, then मैं खाती हूँ, हम खाते हैं, verb change हो रही है. मैं खाना हूँ, हम खाना है. Every time you cannot write the infinitive form of the verb. No, you cannot. So you have to change the verb forms, or you have to conjugate it actually according to the subject you are using in the sentence. So who is playing the prominent role while conjugating a verb, while changing what sort of conjugation you would be writing in sentence? The subject will decide what sort of verb you would be writing in sentence. So ish will decide what verb shall I write. Do will decide what sort of. So if I take an example of Makhan, Makhan shared here also. Makhan, to do. Makhan, to do. So ish will decide what should be the conjugation of Makhan. Do. Your personal pronoun is deciding. Your subject is deciding. Er, s, z. He, it, she. These are your personal pronoun. They will decide. According to this, you would be conjugating the verb. He, her, we are, capital Z and a small z. These are your personal pronoun you will be using in a sentence and will decide what sort of verb conjugation you are going to write. So, a basic rule of what we are learning, a regular pattern of modifying or regular conjugation we are learning. What you are learning? A regular pattern, a standard methodology to modify the suffix of a verb. We are learning the verb conjugation, the process I am doing, what changes you need to make in a verb that I'm going to discuss now. And what you need to do is with ish, if you want, if you're writing a verb, then what you need to remove, you just need to write marker. So you are removing so a verb infinitive, if you want to write it with the ish, आपको उसको I के साथ लिखना है, then you have to remove N. What you need to do? You have to remove N. Okay? Then do, how you will be writing a verb with do? उठा करके पूरा माखन नहीं लिख सकते. That's why we have to learn this methodology. Okay? Marks with, so what is the rule for do conjugation? That you need to remove an and then at este. That's the rule of writing a verb with do. Rule of writing a verb with he, it, she. Then it's marked. Remove with he, she, it. What you need to do with a verb infinitive, you would be removing an from the end, and then you will add simply a T alphabet. That's it. With ear, it's same, marked. But still, I will tell you the reason why we are writing it not in not why we are writing ear separately, why we are not writing it along with he, she, it. That we will discuss. With wear, you will write the full form of the verb, which is verb infinitive, no change. Makhan. No change in the verb. You will write full verb. Same with Z and Z, you will write full verb. These three personal pronoun you can write together. Makhan, writing full, no change. Okay, so if any verb being conjugated on this methodology, अगर कोई verb इस pattern पे conjugate होती है कि इश्क के साथ लिखने के लिए आपको लास्ट में से n हटाना पड़ा है और वो इश्क के साथ लिखने के लिए रेडी है verb, और do के साथ लिखने के लिए आपको लास्ट में से an हटाना है और st ऐड करना है, then verb is all set to write it along with do personal pronoun. ही शी और इट के साथ लिखने के लिए आपको एंड में से ए एन हटाना है, इन्फिनेटिव फॉर्म में से ए एन हटाना है एंड आपको टी ऐड करना है. ईहर के साथ भी सेम पैटर्न रहता है कि आपको ए एन हटाना है और आपको टी ऐड करना है. दैट इज द रूल फॉर ईयर ऑल्सो. एंड माखन, और माखन जो कि फुल फॉर्म है वो वियर और जीजी के साथ इन पर्सनल प्रोनाउंस के साथ कभी भी कोई चेंज नहीं होता है. जो एक्चुअल फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब है हमारी माखन, यहाँ पर जो हमने डिस्कस किया कि ये हमारी एक्चुअल फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब है. अब ये एक्चुअल फॉर्म यूज नहीं होती है सेंटेंस में. यहाँ से कॉपी किया कि गेहन इज टू गो, तो वो वी के साथ भी गेहन हो जाए, आई के साथ भी गेहन हो जाए, यू ऑल के साथ भी गेहन ही लिख दोगे आप, तो नहीं, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. हर पर्सनल प्रोनाउन के साथ आपको यूज करना आना चाहिए कि वर्ब यूज कैसे करते हैं. सो दिस इज हाउ यू नीड टू यूज अ वर्ब, एंड दैट इज अ बेसिक मेथड वी हैव डिस्कस. दैट्स अ स्टैंडर्ड मेथड जिसको कि रेगुलर कॉन्जुगेशन कहते हैं, रेगुलर मेथोडोलॉजी ऑफ कॉन्जुगेटिंग अ वर्ब. लेकिन देयर इज अ ट्विस्ट नाउ. To be very honest, there's a twist now. Every verb in German will not follow this pattern only. Okay, so up to 80% be happy that these rules will help you out every now and then. But then again, there comes a twist. There comes a twist. And what's that? That there is the irregular method also. Few verbs are irregular. Why few verbs are irregular? Just by seeing a verb, just by seeing a verb infinitive, you won't be able to decide whether this is a regular verb or irregular verb. क्या आपको यहाँ पर देख करके ये कॉमन, गेहन, जिंगन, माखन, इन लर्नन, काउफन, लेजन, श्राइबन, एसन, इनको पढ़ के ऐसा लग रहा है क्या कि यहाँ पर कुछ वर्ब्स रेगुलर और कुछ इरेगुलर लिखी हुई हैं? नहीं, आपको ऐसे समझ में नहीं आएगा वो. For that, for better understanding, download the application Verbal from App Store, Play Store. Please download. Red elephant is the icon of this application, and the tagline would be written like 14,000 German verbs. Download this from App Store and Play Store, or only your teacher or this application will help you out to figure out which verb is regular, which verb is irregular. As a beginner, you are not supposed to take a load, a responsibility that merely by seeing a verb you would be figuring out, oh, SN, oh, it's an irregular verb. No, you cannot do it. I am telling you because I used it multiple times. मुझे एसन मैंने बहुत बार यूज किया है. आई प्रैक्टिस इट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम. देन ओनली आई एम सेइंग दैट एसन इज इरेगुलर. ओके, लेजन इज इरेगुलर. दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू. ओके, देन what is regular? So any verb following this pattern is a regular verb. What exceptional thing will happen to a verb जो कि उसको irregular बना देगा? You just need to worry about a verb while writing it with do, air, s, z. सिर्फ यहाँ पर इन पर्सनल प्रोनाउन के साथ ही कॉन्जुगेशन को आपको क्रॉस चेक करना है और ये पता लगाना है कि वर्ब मेरी इरेगुलर तो नहीं है by checking in the Verban application. So the rule of writing a verb with where, z and z universal. अगर कोई वर्ब रेगुलर है, इरेगुलर है, तो वो हमेशा ही, ये यूनिवर्सल रूल है कि हमेशा ही नो चेंज कॉन्सेप्ट अप्लाई होगा. कभी भी ये रूल चेंज नहीं होगा whether you are writing it with beer, z or z. The rule is universal. The rule is universal with ish also, that every time you simply remove an, the conjugate with the conjugation for ish is ready. The rule of her is universal, is applied with all German verbs. You need not to worry about ish. You need not to worry about her. You need not to worry about wir. You need not to worry about capital Z and de wala Z. Okay? Let's go back. If you still have any doubt in personal pronoun, I'm repeating for you all. Ish means I. Do means you, and capital Z is also you. The difference is do means tu. Very informal. Informal. Capital Z is up. It is totally formal way of saying you. Er is he, S is it, Z, she, here means you all, where is we, and last Z is they. These are your personal pronouns. Keep on reading it loud and keep on practicing at your own after this class as well. Then we discussed the identity of verb. That actual verb will be ending with an and always be written at with small alphabet. Then few examples of verbs I have given, that every verb is actually ending with an. Then we learned how to modify the verb depending upon the personal pronoun used in a sentence. Okay? And given you the example of Makhan. And now please do the same with the verb common, because I am telling you that this verb conjugation will also follow the same pattern. So please do the conjugation of common. So with ish, how will you be writing? Ish, comma, only removing last n. If I need to write the common with ish, do, er, s, z, her, wir, capital Z, small z for they, then common, ish, comma, du kommst, er ist sie, kommt, ihr kommt, wir kommen, sie kommen. Okay? Full verb, rule is applying. Her, fixed rule, no need to worry while writing a verb with her. You just remove an from common and you added te. With he, she, it, what you did, you remove an and you added te. And with do, what you did, you removed an at the end and you added ste. And with ish, you just remove n and you wrote the verb. And now that's the correct conjugation of common. Okay? So if you have learned common verb, that doesn't mean that you will use the full common, ish common, do common, rsd common, her common, we're common, zz common. No, you're not going to do this. You have to learn this pattern. And this pattern, this conjugation is a regular conjugation. Okay? This formula is of regular verbs. What exceptional thing can happen? Exceptional case, you will see with do, where, s and z. Okay? What exceptional things, conjugation will make a verb irregular? That while conjugating a verb with do, er, s, z, number one, possibility of having additional umlaut. Umlaut, two dots, that you would be seeing umlaut in verb conjugation. Okay? And second possibility, introducing extra I in between. These two extra things being introduced in a verb will make a verb irregular. अगर ये डू और एरएसडी के टाइम पर कॉन्जुगेशन में एक्स्ट्रा चीजें आ गई कॉन्जुगेट करते वक्त, दैट मीन्स आपकी वर्ब इरेगुलर है, और वो कभी भी आपको ये वर्ब्स की इन्फिनेटिव फॉर्म देख करके पता नहीं चलता, तो आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है कि आपको वर्ब इन्फिनेटिव देख करके क्यों नहीं पता चला है, नहीं पता चलता। एज अ बिगिनर अनटिल एंड अनलेस आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे, अब मैंने प्रैक्टिस की हुई है कि एसन इज टू ईट, and now why I am telling it that it is a irregular verb, because ish ऐसा ऐसा का तो रूल पता ही है, यूनिवर्सल रूल है, कुछ नया नहीं हुआ है, एन हटा है, ठीक है। डू इस्ट, अब ये आई कहां से आया, आई इज मेकिंग दिस वर्ब इरेगुलर, अब मुझे नहीं पता, आई हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दिस लैंग्वेज द वे इट इज, एंड फॉर दैट आई हैव टू, initially I have to take reference of such applications, I have to take reference from my teachers. And what is happening with S1 verb to eat at the time of air, S and Z, again ist. I was not the part of verb infinitive. Then why we are writing I? That's why this verb is irregular. That's why this verb is irregular. Okay? And wear, capital Z and small z. Full verb, writing full verb, this rule is universal. No change here, no change here. Only these two cases are increasing your workload, your tension in German. That's it. That's why another category is being introduced. In दो केसेस की वजह से, इन चार पर्सनल प्रोनाउंस की वजह से आपको एक इरेगुलर कैटेगरी डिस्कस करनी पड़ रही है. ईहर रूल इज फिक्स, लास्ट में से ए एन हटाओ, टे लगाओ, ओके, इट्स एस्ट, ठीक है. इरेगुलर वर्ब. अब मुझे प्रैक्टिस से पता है कि ये वर्ब जो है मेरी इरेगुलर है, गेबन. मुझे किसी ने बताया नहीं है, मैंने भी वर्बन एप्लीकेशन जो आपने ये डाउनलोड करनी है रेड एलिफेंट आइकन वाली, इसी के रेफरेंस और टीचर्स की रेफरेंस से ही पता चला है और अभी तक याद हो पाया है कि गेबन, टू गिव, एक इरेगुलर वर्ब है. हाउ टू कॉन्जुगेट इट, इश के साथ गेबर. यही रूल अप्लाई होगा, यहाँ पर भी होगा, ठीक है. एन हट गया. डू, अब ये गिफ्ट्स कहां से आ गया, अब ये आई लग गया ना बीच में, ये मैंने वर्बन से जाकर के चेक किया है, ठीक है, कि ये आई की वजह से दिस वर्ब इज इरेगुलर. एफ एस जी गिफ्ट, सी आई आ गया. आई वॉज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ वर्ब इन्फिनेटिव and you removed am. Here, no need to worry, gift, simple, and wear, capital Z, up वाला Z and small z for they, gaben, पूरी verb लिखनी है, no worries. This is the conjugation of gaben. अब इस तरीके से ये जो verbs हैं आपको ये सारी ही verban application में चेक करनी है, और चेक करना है, कॉन्शियस हो जाना है डू के टाइम पे, एर के टाइम पे, एस के टाइम पर और जी के टाइम पर, कि कुछ एक्स्ट्रा उमलाउट और आई तो नहीं आ गया, तो वो मेरी इरेगुलर की अलग लिस्ट बनानी है और मुझे फिर रेगुलर की अलग लिस्ट बनानी है. आई हैव टू मेंटेन टू categories of verbs, regular and irregular. There is no rocket science in figuring out what is regular verb, what is irregular verb. No, the simple pattern being followed by any verb is your regular verb, and something exceptional happening with ish, do, rsd is your irregular verb. That's it. And congratulations that you have learned sentence formation. If you know the correct use of subject, then you are able to write correct conjugation. Definitely ऑब्जेक्ट ऐड करना हमें नहीं आया, कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. हमें सेंटेंस फॉर्म करना आ गया है, इसको आउसदागेजार्ट्स कहते हैं, अफर्मेटिव सेंटेंस को. मुझे वो आ गया है. अगर मुझे इश के साथ लर्नर लिखना आ गया है, लर्नन को लर्नर लिखना आ गया है, मतलब मुझे सेंटेंस लिखना आ गया, आई लर्न. मुझे डू के साथ में कॉक्स लिखना आ गया, मतलब मुझे सेंटेंस लिखना आ गया, डू कॉक्स। ओके, मुझे वी के साथ में, मतलब वियर के साथ में कॉमन की कॉन्जुगेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर हो गया है, मतलब मुझे वी कम लिखना आ गया है। ओके, सो ही गिव्स ए गिफ्ट, मतलब मुझे ही गिव्स लिखना आ गया है। ओके, so that's all you need to practice. So many verbs we can share with you so that you can take reference of this application and can make a separate list of verb in your notebook as well, that what all verbs do we have as a regular verb, what all verbs do we have as irregular verb, and then these type of sentences you can practice at your own. These are Aussagesatz and the very basic level sentences you are now eligible to write. Thank you so much. आई होप दैट आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आया हो, और कोई भी प्रैक्टिस आप करें, प्रॉब्लम हो तो वो आप अपकमिंग क्लासेस में आपके साथ डिस्कस कर ली जाएगी। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.